Welcome to the International Brendan Fraser
Film
Festival
of
North Carolina. This film festival is presented by us, the Bembridge Scholars.
Yes,
This is Whitney.
that's Dizzy. If you are not familiar with the Bembridge Scholars, then you are clearly not
a Mummy fan
of the Mummy. You probably know who we are.
Maybe you get it.
You could be a Bembridge Scholar too.
Yeah.
And we're just not aware of you yet.
This is a virtual film festival where we will watch almost every single Brendan Fraser film and television show that he's ever been on, or all that we can find. We are counting an entire series as one.
Yes, so this is titles.
So we will be watching way more than 66 things. We've already filmed a couple episodes, but we thought that it would be a good idea to kind of do an introductory video to let you guys know how to best enjoy this experience.
And where we're headed.
The journey that we are embarking on.
The trajectory of our path.
Ooh, that's good. That makes it sound like we're like on a spaceship.
This is a spaceship of knowledge.
This is a mission.
This might take a very long time.
Like, we're going to be here for a while.
We're averaging one a week.
How many weeks are there in a year?
52. Yeah, I think this is longer than a year process, unless we can.
Way longer than a year. That's a lot.
This is a big commitment. So
I didn't realize. I thought we'd be doing this until like March or something.
Letting you know what you're really in for here.
Yeah.
But we're excited.
We love Brendan Fraser, and he kind of disappeared for a while, and then he came back, and all the headlines were what happened to him, showing him, in present day versus like George of the Jungle, and that's just really unfair.
It sounded like you were going to say showing him in prison.
Well, I hope he has not been in prison.
In prison day.
He hasn't been in prison that we know of.
Well, he probably has been in his acting career.
Well, in The Mummy.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Everything circles back to The Mummy.
Everything always comes back to The Mummy.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
So the way to really best enjoy this is to watch the film and then watch our video.
Each week.
We are doing this in chronological order, so sometimes I feel like he really only started doing television kind of within the last 10 years.
Well, let's not forget the made-for-TV movies.
Well, yes, but the series.
Series. Each week, hopefully each week, we will be watching one of 66 at least titles. We might switch back and forth between a movie and then a television movie or TV show or something.
Now, there are some that we can't find.
I'll let you know what they are.
Yeah, we'll still let you know.
If you have access to them, that's awesome. So we are evaluating each title by these categories that we have put together. And each category gets a score, 1 through 10. 1 is, like, what's the lowest thing you can think of right now?
The center of the earth, the core.
But see, that's pretty hot, right?
But it's low.
Right.
It's very, low.
It's
geographically.
High in terms of the South Pole. Am I right? Like, how about if you had to dig to the center of the earth?
Yeah. Okay. Or, ooh, I got it. What's that thing in the ocean called? Like the deepest part of the ocean.
The deepest part of the ocean?
Yeah. No, it's like the continental divide? No,
I think that's
the continental shelf. But it's like the continental shelf, and then just goes like straight down, and it's like the depths of the deepest part of the ocean. So whatever the deepest part of the ocean is called,
that's like a 1.
That's 1
on the scale of 1 to 10. A 10 is
the moon.
It's like, okay, it's the best. It's
the moon.
I was going to say it's the hottest.
It's the sun.
It's the sun.
Yeah.
It's the highest. It's the
greatest.
Best.
It's the best possible score. Like, it basically translates to like 10,000
or 10 million. The first ratings category that we are working with here is emotional depth. I just said death.
Emotional depth.
Emotional depth. Number 1. ma'am count.
We've noticed he says ma'am a lot.
He says ma'am a lot, and we are thinking maybe that's part of him.
Oh my God.
Bringing
like,
himself
what
in.
if that's like something he says in his real life?
No, I know.
Oh my God. I want him to call me ma'am.
Yeah. Now, the way that we do the ma'am count, it's a little bit different than the other categories.
Yes.
If the word ma'am is used at any point in the movie,
it's half a point.
It's half a point. But if Brendan says ma'am, it's one point. So other characters saying ma'am, it's kind of bonus points for him.
It's extra credit.
And if he says ma'am every single time he says it, it's 1 point. Comedic performance.
He's funny.
Best actor in a dramatic role.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you. Physical prowess and stunts.
He's very physical.
The next one is kind of one of my favorite categories here. So then we have hidden talents. Anything that we learn that's new about him. Like
dancing.
He can juggle.
Yeah. He's great at singing, maybe.
Swoons. This means not how many times we swoon, but how many times other characters swoon.
Yeah.
Anytime another character is like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have temperature, which is basically our swoon count.
Yes.
Just rating him from
how like generally attractive we find him. This isn't just physically attractive. This is just like overall attractiveness.
Package. And then we have notes that we take, and then we'll total up all of these scores.
It's 9. Wait, how do I do 9?
I don't. Were you counting backwards?
I always count with my thumb first.
Oh, I think that's the way you're supposed to do it, but I never do it that way.
But I just forgot how to do it for a
way.
second. Yeah. Well, that's like how you learn in like kindergarten.
But it's also when your mom is mad at you and she's like, "That's a 1.
Yeah. Don't let me get to 3." Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. I do.
You should know really well.
I do know really well.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We've made this beautiful chart behind us. This is where we're going to write down all the films and television shows and score each one. We're going to discuss
why we are giving him the score that we're giving him per category.
So we really urge you guys to follow along and watch the films with us and then give us your own ratings, because we're really curious to see what everybody thinks. And if you want to add a category for yourself, go for it. Like,
oh, that would be really interesting.
Yeah, like if you feel like we have not covered enough in our categories, please let us know. Now, unfortunately, we've already drawn this.
We already drew the
chart, and it took a very long time.
We don't want to draw it again. We could potentially squeeze in one more.
The next title that we're going to be watching is Dogfight from 1991. We're going to be watching it on Amazon Prime. I think we're renting it, right? So you guys should watch it. It's actually good.
It's really good.
It's a good film. And then join us for our first official episode. Until then, goodbye.